Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary for Wednesday, December the 26th. I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter, I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm a founding member of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. Want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas. I hope you've been able to spend some quality time with family and friends over the past couple of days. Canucks are off today. They start again tomorrow when they take on the Edmonton Oilers in Edmonton. They're not playing in Rogers Arena for the next couple of weeks because we know that today kicks off the World Junior Championships, the World Junior Hockey Championships, and Canada's playing in a pool that's playing out of Rogers Arena. The U.S., Quinn Hughes is playing out of a pool that plays out of Victoria, and then we'll see what happens when the playoffs start in a week or so. But for now, we know that there are 4 Canucks players, Canucks prospects, I should say, in the World Junior Tournament. For Canada, we of course have goalie Michael DiPietro. He is likely not going to be the starter behind Scott, but he'll still get some playing time, obviously, and you never know what's going to happen as the round robin round kind of progresses through, and one guy will likely emerge, and the head coach Tim Hunter will think of will obviously have a vibe of who he wants to go with through the medal round. But for now, DiPietro looks like he's going to be the backup, but still we're very excited for him, and I know Vancouver fans, Canucks fans will obviously want to be cheering for him in the nets for Team Canada. Then of course we have Quinn Hughes, our prize draft pick from last year, first round, 7th overall, playing for the United States will be one of their top 2 D-men. And already we've seen the way he can move, he can skate, his offensive ability, the way he's not afraid to fight and stand up for teammates. It's going to be a joy to watch him. And of course there's Tyler Madden, another forward for the United States, likely going to play a top 6 role. Plays as a center in university or college hockey, but it looks like he'll play on the wing for this tournament on a very deep U.S. team, especially down the middle. But we have Tyler Madden. He was our third round pick in 2018, just 2 rounds after Quinn Hughes. So very excited to see him playing on the same team. So obviously with those 2 players, then the U.S. has the biggest, collection of Canucks players with having those 2, as opposed to Canada 1 and Finland 1. Defenseman Toni Uutinen, he was our 5th round pick in 2018, and he's actually young enough where he actually can come back next year. I'm sure he's not worried about next year yet. He's going to worry about this year first. So we have Toni Uutinen playing defense for Finland. So we have 2 defensemen, Uutinen and Hughes, 1 forward in Madden, and 1 goaltender in DiPietro. So at least 1 guy at every position, 1 Canadian, 2 United States, and 1 Finland. So interesting. Always at least 1 out of every 2, 1 out of every 3 games, we'll have at least 1 player to really cheer for and to really pay attention to. And that Canada team, there's a lot of really good players on there. Anyone who's been following the drafts the past 2 years will be obviously very interested to see how they do. Looks like Canada is a favorite. The U.S. is a favorite. So we'll see. We'll see when depending on how the round robin shakes out, they could meet as early as the quarters, the semis, or not to the finals, depending on, the seeding and how things finish. So let's not worry about that yet. Just enjoy some good hockey with all 4 of those players, because of all 3 teams, Canada, U.S., and Finland, all in action today. So that's the World Juniors. Canucks fans, leave a comment below. Tell me who you're looking forward to watching. All 4 of them maybe, or maybe Hughes, or even DiPietro because of Canada, whatever it may be. Love to read, react, and reply as always. 2 other things I want to talk about. One of them really quickly. I want to thank everyone for the support. We released our latest Canucks Christmas Carol. I didn't put any commentary around it. I just kind of hinted at it all week. We had a lot of fun. We had a couple hours to film. The guys were really good sports. I just told them, hey, we're not trying to go for, a Grammy here. We're not trying to have perfect harmonies or perfect blending, obviously, if you've seen the video. But we want to have fun. We want to let our personalities shine through. And I think we certainly accomplished that task, bringing a lot of joy, hopefully, to Canucks fans with our rendition of NSYNC's 1998 classic, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Got some clever lines about shotgunning beers for Jake, about Bo Horvat, our future captain, about Brock Besser, Elias Pettersson, of course, our superstar rookie. So take a look. I'll link it below if you haven't seen it already. It's got only got a few hundred views on YouTube, no big deal, but it's got over 1,000 views on Facebook and over 11,000 views on Twitter, which is pretty cool. So check it out and tell me what you think about that. That's pretty cool. It was pretty fun to do that. I want to thank all the guys, Pat, Augie, Joe, Charlie, Kevin, and Jason, for joining me and trusting me as we put that gong show of a song together. But we had a lot of fun with it. Lastly, I want to talk about very quickly, but an interesting comment I brought up as I was looking at reflecting on last year's team, the year in review, Sedins' retirement, all those kind of things. I thought about this and I put it on Twitter. I said, What would the Canucks look like this year with the Sedins still in the lineup? Now, obviously, we have to make a lot of presumptions. We have to presume that then they maybe wouldn't have gone out and spent money on Beagle and Roussel and Schaller and free agency. We got to presume that the Sedins would play a third line, more sheltered offensive role, maybe get some power play 2 time, because I still see, you know, the power play 1 unit of Besser, Horvat, Pettersson, Edler, and anyone like Godolphin or whatever. So I guess that maybe it would be Sedin, Virtanen, Berchi, and Hutton, just for the heck of it. So I put all these things out on Twitter, and I simply said, would the Canucks be a better team with the Sedins still in the lineup this year? Got over 300 votes, and it was very close, which tells me it's a pretty good poll question. 55% of those 300 people said no, the Canucks would not be a better team, and 45% of the people said yes, they would be a better team. Let's talk about those yes people first, because that's the way I was kind of leaning towards when I first put the question out. Oh, maybe because I love the Sedins, I love the leadership that they brought, and I still think that they're very effective players, right? They have 55 and 50 points respectively last season, tied with Besser for, you know, the top 3 in the team. So they still had offensive capabilities. And so the good things, I saw how they'd improve the team. I would love to see them play with Pettersson. I still think they could have brought some good leadership among the team, and you know, both off and on the ice. And I still think they're really good players, especially offensively. You know, give them a bunch of offensive zone starts and see what they can do. The 55%, they had some really compelling arguments, though. Everything from they would slow down the rebuild. Our players like the Petterssons, Horvats, and Bessers and Virtanens wouldn't be able to, you know, to flourish as much this year because they wouldn't have as many minutes. They wouldn't have as many offensive zone starts. One person even said, if you don't sign Beagle, then our penalty kill is a lot worse. So it was really, really fascinating conversation, and it was civil for the most part. And I think it just goes to how much people here love the Sedins, loved them when they were playing, and still love them. Yet the majority of them, fans who answered, 55% at least, said, we love the Sedins, but it was indeed their time to move on. It was the perfect time. They went out on top being, you know, they still had decent careers, and they went out on their terms as opposed to trying to stick around too long, i.e. Brett Favre, but you know, that's for another video. So just really interesting discussion. You know, with the Canucks not playing for a few days, I thought maybe it would be good to visit that topic, and sure enough, the responses and the respondees came out in spades in a good way. It was a really good conversation over Twitter. So just want to leave that with you, Canucks fans. Leave a comment below. Do you think that this team this season would be better with the Sedins on it? Like I said, 55% of 300 respondents said no, 45% said yes. All right, that's all I got for you today. Just some things to think about, or some things to comment on. The World Juniors, our Goofy Canucks song, or Christmas song, or the Canucks with or without the Sedins this season. Leave a comment below. I'd love to read, react, and reply. As always, got to get back inside now, spend some time with the family, going bowling, I think, and hanging out. My brother's coming over and my mom to celebrate a late Christmas, so that'll be kind of cool. And we'll have the World Junior game, the Canada game on, of course. That's at 5 p.m. So leave a comment below. I'd love to read, react, and reply. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Enjoy the holidays. Tomorrow, the Canucks back in action in Edmonton to take on Connor McDavid and the Oilers. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.